Bruh,
You're right.
never that.
You alright? I don't see your
You even
camera.
live on
Your camera's
Twitch?
not live.
Should be going live now.
Your camera's
I'll
not
say,
live for us.
I'm on Twitch. and it's
Oh
not
yeah,
live
my
on
camera's
Twitch.
not on for you for the Wi-Fi, Jamie.
You got
Wait, what?
poo-poo Wi-Fi.
To try and
He's
keep
got
your
poo-poo
video
Wi-Fi.
as good as possible.
You got
I've got
poo-poo
great
Wi-Fi.
Should be live now. Hello, people. Is Liverpool on? No, Liverpool on. I love it when everyone asks that. No, it's
It's
not. Liverpool are not playing right now. Yeah, should be
Brr.
live on Twitch as well, Jake.
It's almost as if people don't have phones that they can check the fixtures on.
No. People just come to me. Hello, Messi the Goat. How are you doing? How are people doing? No, we are live for our live podcast. If you want to see the people talking to me, you'll be able to hear them. But if you want to see all of us on a lovely looking screen, come over to Twitch or YouTube. My links are in my bio up there. Or where else can they go? Just type it in twitch.tv/CogJamie and it'll come up. But and Jake's just walking off. Oh,
I'm telling my life.
oh, he's doing his lighting. Yo,
No, I ain't got
Vinny,
that.
how's
Set
it
in the
going?
mood for a
First
month.
comment I saw was Vinny's.
Just in the mood.
Jake, who was first? I think it was I think it was Vinny. How's it going, Vinny? How you doing?
It was awful.
3-0 Man City. Yeah, we'll touch on that later. We'll touch on Man City for sure. But Jake, Jamie, how's your week been? Had a good week?
Tiring. Been super busy at work. With business
no
and things, but yeah, it's been a good week.
No,
Oh, wow.
no. I was actually talking about football related because you're both relegation sides and you both had a tough
well,
week.
Can I leave? Can I leave then? Can we just?
You can leave once you
we
get
don't want
knocked
to
down
go
to
there,
the
That's
championship
something that we'll
Yeah.
discuss this week.
in the bath.
No.
Jake, do give me 20 press ups. Right, anyway, should we talk about it then? Should we start on the Premier League results? And we'll work our way around to probably Leeds will be the last one, as they were the last team on the weekend. City, what do we. Oh, do you know what I need to do next time? I need to get all our
we do me
predictions up.
first. Do me first, so we can get rid of the pain.
No, I'm going to make you sit through and wait because there's another game as well just before. I'll do them second to last because we'll talk about the best game last.
Yeah.
You know what? I should have come more prepared and checked our predictions last week against what the results were. Oh, Jake, you and Jamie are both frozen on mine. Oh, dear. Oh well. But yeah, 4-1 City.
Every now and then we keep coming back in and I'm freezing.
Yeah, we'll just have to deal with it. It is what it is.
As long as they can hear us.
Hopefully. Jake, do you want to test that?
What?
Yeah, it's our terrible Wi-Fi. What are you doing this stream? I am talking about the football. I'm going to be talking about the week that happened. We're going to be talking about the week coming up, the Champions League, and what else are we talking about,
Top
guys?
4, top 3.
The top.
Top
We're going to
four,
do a prediction
top
on
three.
top 4 and who the 3 teams we think are going to get relegated, and then take a few questions in. Martinez is out for the rest of the season. I know, it is brilliant. Couldn't have happened to a nicer bloke, could it? But yeah, so City trampled Southampton. Was anyone surprised by that? Chat, anyone?
No.
I was majorly surprised.
Yeah, I bet you were shocked. I thought we all thought Southampton would go. I think I predicted 3-1 or 4-1. I can't remember what I predicted, but I did say Southampton would score, and that did happen. Wolves, Chelsea. Thoughts?
Wow.
It's just another shock, isn't it?
Well, I don't. Is it a shock?
Because technically, they had a lot of the shots on target again. Just couldn't score again.
Exactly, because they don't have a striker, and Jav just isn't the goal scorer that they need. He's just not. Like we said, I touched on it last week. I think if he plays just off the strike, or just off a striker, just behind him, just wide, that's his perfect position. But he's not the be all and end all for them. They need a striker. They need it out and out. And I don't think Lukaku, when Lukaku comes back, they need to get rid. I don't think he's the answer. They need to go find someone that, like I think I said last week, Osherman. But they won't have Champions League football. They're not going to have Europe, so I can't see him going there, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. And also, Frank Lampard. What a start he's had at his return to Chelsea, hasn't he? We'll touch on the Champions League later, but I mean,
Start being thrown under the bus, though, aren't
All I'm going to say about this Brighton game, Spurs were lucky. Spurs got a lot of decisions go their way.
The ref got that. I don't know how that wasn't a penalty. That was one of the number one things that they said, wasn't it?
That Brighton had more shots, more possession, dominated the game, and Spurs luckily come out of the game with the win because the referee was that fuck. It was bullshit.
Yeah,
it was bad.
It was
and
horrible.
I mean, Spurs Brighton. I mean, Harry Kane scored again. If I'm right? I'm right in saying Harry Kane scored again. Let's talk about him for a second. How unfortunate is he that Haaland is? How unfortunate is Harry Kane that Haaland is in the league this season? Because no one's really talking about how well Harry Kane's doing compared to Haaland.
He's not. No.
Well, he's not doing as good.
No, he's not doing as good. But have you seen his goals this season? His goals and assist ratio.
Yeah, but look at the penalties they get. The amount of penalties they get. He's on free kicks. He's on penalties.
You still have to score them.
He's literally their only source. Yeah, but he's their only source.
Well, he's their only performance source. Because in previous seasons,
That's because you look at Harry Kane last season, this season. He's just at consistent level. His level hasn't dropped. It hasn't improved. The only thing that's different is Son's dropped off. Kulusevski's dropped off. Do you know what I mean? Like he's having to carry that team and try and drag them into Europe, but with nobody else helping. That's it. That's the only difference. He's not doing anything different than he has done for the past 4 or 5 years.
Well, if there's any Spurs fans in there, let us know your opinions. Let us know what you think about Harry Kane and Tottenham's season and how it's going.
New owner. New gaffer, I agree with.
What do you think?
New owner.
Lee's not going anywhere. Right, let's move on to this absolute gem. Jake, we're going to have to go over to you, obviously. Losing to a relegation contender, we'll call it. 1-0 at home to Bournemouth.
Right. The first half, we were shambolic. We actually were shambolic. I still to this day don't know why we're playing Jamie Vardy. Why are we still starting Jamie Vardy as our main striker? We were shocking until we brought on Patson Daka and Iheanacho. But the thing is, we need to start them two. If them two start, we could be scoring goals. We're creating chances with them on. But the thing is, you can't go last 30 minutes and expect them to score when Bournemouth are going to sit back and park the bus, which they did, and try counter-attacking us. We can't then pile the pressure on the last 30 minutes. We should be doing it from the get-go to then get the first goal. They just sat back and got the first goal. They was even more shambolic than us, but we was even worse because we played Vardy up top. We had no outlet with Vardy up front. So every time we get the ball forward, they would bring it back because we've got Vardy up there. Vardy can't run as much. I
want to ask both yours opinions and the chat as well. What does everyone think of Philip Billing this season? Because, do you know what? I think he's been quite quality. I actually think he could look at getting a move to, not a big club, but a bigger club than Bournemouth. What do you guys think?
Well, then again,
I think
his goal...
He
has been good for him. But then again, his goal came from a Maddison mistake. How many times have you seen Maddison make a mistake in a game this season?
Well,
and he got
not many because he hasn't played that many games.
Here he has.
He's played most of it.
He's been injured for a lot of it.
He's played most of our games. He's had a
lot of niggles.
Yeah,
when you get fouled a lot like Jack Grealish, but he was getting fouled a lot. He's our main.
But Grealish doesn't get injured.
Yeah, I think I'd see Billing anyway. But yeah,
I don't see Billing at Bournemouth next season.
No, I definitely see him moving on.
I don't see him at Bournemouth.
Maybe a West Ham replacing Declan Rice.
It could not even be. He's not English. Don't forget, he's Danish.
Yeah,
true. He could go elsewhere.
He could pretend. I mean, that didn't mean anything. He could be English, but he could go. I could see him going to a foreign team, Germany maybe. Dortmund, I could see him. Maybe. I think he'd be good for Dortmund.
Yeah. Could be replacement for Jude Bellingham.
No, not replacement for Jude.
But Jude Bellingham. I mean, he's not coming Liverpool, obviously. There's rumours now.
He's just
He's
signed.
not,
He's just signed.
he's not going anywhere.
He's signed a contract extension on it.
Yeah, I heard he's not. I don't know about an extension, but he's not going anywhere. By the way, chat, we will answer questions sort of in intermissions, so in between each sort of section.
Don't you think I think he'd fit along with Bellingham and Chan and Emre Can.
Yeah, but also I would also say a lot of Danish players go over to the Italian league. So you could see him there.
I mean, he will probably end up at a Champions Premier League team, but I won't rule out a European team.
Yeah. West Ham managed to pick up points against Fulham. David Moyes still in charge, of course.
That was a good result for him. I said they'll come back. I said they'll bounce back.
They needed it. They needed that result a lot, didn't they?
Did I not say that Fulham wouldn't pick up many barely any points?
Yep, I'm with you. I'm with you now. After seeing their form a little bit.
How hard they play. Does it not run hand in hand from when he got the ban to how poor their results have been?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Brentford
kind of run hand in hand. That
Brentford Newcastle. I mean, yeah, I watched the extended highlights.
It was a good game to me, but
it was a good game, and I will touch on one player from that game who scored, Isaac. He looks like he's hitting form now, and he does look scary. You can see why Newcastle fans are calling him the next Thierry Henry.
It was always going to be a good game. That was two great teams to watch. Brentford are a great team to watch. As much as it hurts me to say, they are a great team to watch. And Newcastle, we said last week, they are a fantastic team to watch in Newcastle. So it was always going to be a great game. It was always going to be one for the neutrals to watch. You could have seen it going. You wouldn't have been surprised if Brentford had won. You wouldn't have been surprised if don't draw. You wouldn't have been surprised if Newcastle won. It was just that way out.
Yeah, and Newcastle, they are on an incredible season.
And Man,
we'll touch on it later in the thing, but I think they're going to finish in the top 3 this season, and we know who's finishing in the top 2. So, Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest. Aston Villa, I guess, is the only thing to touch on. Really,
I don't think this is a shock. It's not really a shock. Then.
It's not a shock. There's no shock in it. But
there's no shock in it.
What are they up to? 6?
Forest just went out away.
They're like 8th, I think.
No, they're higher than that now. Aston Villa, I think, are up to 6th in the Premier League. Jamie, I don't suppose you could get.
I don't think they are.
I think there are. They're quite high.
I'll double check. I am going to double check.
Oh, yeah, they are 6th.
They are 6th. Yep, 6th. Yeah. But Brighton do have 2 games.
But that's still impressive considering where they were. A few weeks ago, they were much lower. They were below Chelsea. Now they're up in 6th. That is also obviously other teams not playing well. And again, I guess we could just say, another result that you just sort of expect. I guess Manchester United 2, Everton 0. It's just
the only really shock what came out of that game was Rashford being injured. That's the only big thing what came out of that game.
Yeah,
everyone expected United to win. The only thing what shocked Man U was the injury, and now they've got another 2 injuries. But the thing is, when Eric Ten Hag says there's so many games, but if you look at it, he's always going with the same back line. He's always going Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Martinez, and Shaw. Yeah, Shaw's now injured. Rashford's now injured. Martinez is injured. Varane's injured. He's got other centre-backs to swap around. Yeah, swap them once in the Europa League. But the thing is, he's playing the 2 same centre-backs game in, game out. Of course they'll pick up injuries. But Varane, we've known for ages. How many injuries has Varane picked up in the last 5 years?
Yeah, injuries.
How many injuries he picked up at Man U in this year alone?
Yeah, Manchester United are a little bit in trouble. Are they in trouble with top 4 now, with Martinez and Varane out and Rashford?
I don't think they're. I think that all they're going to do is just play Casemiro there.
No, they need Casemiro in the midfield, in my opinion. Because as soon as he's gone from the midfield, they don't have a midfield.
But they're still he'll still be the presence there, even if he's not in the midfield. I think Casemiro's that player. If you play him centre back, you'll still notice him there in Man U. I just feel like him and Lindelof will be the back 2 for Man U this weekend. I don't think Harry Maguire, or I don't want to say Harry Maguire will get into the team, but the thing is, I don't think he will.
I think he will.
If he does, it will be over Lindelof.
Kind of has to. He will go for him because he's the club captain, so he will have to go for him, really.
Yeah, he doesn't really have a
I
choice.
think he did.
Also, he has
did,
still
I think
played
he,
him at
I think
times.
he'd knock him down if he's not getting picked.
Mm.
Yeah.
He's got
Um,
no choice. He can't. Lindelof just as bad.
right, let's talk
The
about the
difference
elephant
is
in the
Lindelof
room.
doesn't have a price tag.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room, where last week, Jamie, you said that Leeds were going to go against Crystal Palace and going to take the 3 points and really just, sort of solidify their place in the league. What happened?
Right.
They
That first half. No, listen, Jake. Let me just go through the heartache of this. Yeah, I haven't spoke about this or thought about it since today. Okay. That first half was a great first half. It was all us. We got the goal. It was a good goal from Paddy or Bambi, should I call him? Great. It was a great goal. We were all over them. It was the same old. So many chances. I think we had 10 shots, 7 on target. Only scored 1. Who's the keeper? Who's Palace's keeper?
Sam Johnson. Sam
I can't
Johnson.
remember who it is. But yes, Sam Johnson.
Sam Johnson.
Even though they scored, what was it, 5? Did they score 5 in the end?
Yeah,
They scored 5
he
in the
was
end.
man of
Yeah.
the match for me because that first half he was absolutely amazing for them. And their one chance they had was that one to equalise going into the second half. Going into the half time, I should say. Going into the second half, I just don't know. I don't know what happened. Luckily I didn't watch the second half because I was out, but I'm glad I didn't. I literally lost signal, got signal back, and it was 5-1. I was like, "What the hell's just happened?" I watched the highlights, unfortunately, and put it this way: we had 10 shots and 7 on target in the first half. We had 0 and 0 in the second half, and they had something like 10 shots on target. I think they had 15 shots on target, and
Yeah, they had some
no, 50
ridiculous. I was watching the game.
They were just all over us. And
I was watching it from the second half when. Yeah.
Eze is an absolutely brilliant player to watch. He is amazing. He's so Elise, not Eze. Elise, I should say. Elise is so good on the ball. He's so silky. He's great.
Well, it's like the only thing Crystal Palace.
I think it was Crystal Palace have scored 3 goals in all of 2023.
Yeah,
and then they score almost double in one game against us.
And this is the second time in their history they've scored 5 goals.
In the Premier League, I'm sure.
They've won 2 games away from home all season. Yeah. And then they go and do that. And it was like, what?
Yeah, the answer is Troy Hodgson. But yeah.
I fear for us now. I know we're going to touch on it later, but I think after that result for us, looking at what we've got ahead, we're going down. And that is why, guys, I don't know if you can see me, but there's no Leeds shirt on today.
Oh,
I'm now the proud
that's fickle.
supporter of Levente.
Fickle. And
we're supporting Levente.
We'll go on to our last game from last week, and then we'll go into some viewer questions because I've got a few that have flown in. And if you have any questions, make sure you put them in, and we'll sort of go through them. We will also be doing predictions shortly after the question. So if you're asking about any games for the weekend, we're gonna cover that off very shortly. Liverpool 2, Arsenal 2. Now I've heard some people say it. I personally think it might be true. As a neutral, was this the best game to watch in the Premier League this season? Did either of you watch it?
I watched it, but the thing is, I think there's been a better game this season. Which is? The Newcastle game. What played on Saturday against Brentford.
Oh, that's crazy.
I generally think...
That's crazy.
No, because if you think about it, Arsenal was below par second half. Yes, Liverpool had the chances, but look at... Both teams didn't play as well for the first 20 minutes. Liverpool was below par. That's why they went 2-0 down. And then Liverpool got a goal back. Yes, fair enough, they got a goal back. But then the second half, Arsenal came back out and didn't look the same team they've been all season. They barely kept the ball. They barely went forward. And whenever they went forward, they made the wrong decision in the passes.
I'm going to cut in there and say that may not be down to Arsenal. That's the way that Liverpool came out and approached the second half.
No, because they still had chances in the second half.
Yeah, and what I was about to say is how Liverpool approached that second half was how Liverpool played about 3 seasons ago, when we were just ferocious, attacking, high press, and yes, they would get chances. There would be opportunities in behind, but the amount of pressure that was put on from the defence being so high up, the midfield being pushed higher, and the attack being on them constantly is what gave us such dominance. And it was just, I mean, from a Liverpool fan's point of view, I'd actually say that was a better 45 minutes that we put in as a team than the 45 minutes against Man U in the second half. And the reason for that is we were playing a much better shaped team, much better. They didn't give up.
That is probably the best Liverpool's played all season as well.
Yeah.
In that 45 minutes.
Well, yeah, in 45 minutes, yeah. I mean, the first 40 minutes, we didn't show up. We were pretty terrible. There was a half chance maybe here or there.
It was a game of two halves. That's what it was.
It was a game of two halves.
First half.
Well, one team, the second half was the other team.
But also...
do you know Saka didn't turn up? Even in the first half, Saka didn't turn up.
He didn't really get the opportunity. He didn't come. Their game plan was certainly target Trent. It was get the ball to Martinelli.
Another thing what let Arsenal down, yeah, there was 2-1 down. They tried to go. They tried parking. They tried.
They were happy to sit on a 2-0 lead. That's what it was. And
yeah,
it was 2-1. It was 2-1 second half.
Yeah, second half. They didn't try parking us. I don't think. I think they just by the end. Yeah, they were. No, they
subbed on us. They subbed another centre back for attacker. They went.
Did they?
They went. Yes, they brought that Polish centre back. They brought on in January. They brought him on to go at the back as well to hold out the game. Then they was on about something on Tierney for Zinchenko, which then they conceded at that point.
No, they took Zinchenko off as soon as he got done by Trent. It came after.
No. It came after the second goal. Yes, it came after the second goal. But before that, you could already see Kieran Tierney ready to come on, and then Liverpool scored.
See, Zinchenko was knackered. That's probably part of the reason he got done so easily. To be honest, not easily. At the end of the day, that's just good. But
at the same point, Arsenal dropped off second half, and they knew they dropped off. They had to sit. They had to go part the bus to try see the win out. And it clearly didn't work out for him. It didn't work out.
City.
Well, we'll get on to who may or may not win the league later on. But yeah, it was definitely an interesting game. And there's one more thing I want to touch on. Having watched the game, a lot of people have mentioned it. Liverpool played a slightly different way in that game. Trent Alexander-Arnold, an inverted right back, very much like how Man City have done it for the last 2 or so seasons when they had João Cancelo.
But if you all look at it, Arsenal do it well with Zinchenko. Always inverts in the midfield.
Exactly the same thing. Is that the way that you guys think Trent Alexander-Arnold
Trent moves forward? That's the way Trent moves forward.
Is it his best way of playing? Is it now Trent stays as a right back, but we almost play a free at the back unless we're on the proper defensive pressure where he drops in, and he comes in as an inverted midfielder? Do you think that's where Trent should play?
I feel like him as an inverted midfielder, he has someone covering him.
Do you know what it is? Trent should play like John Stones plays for City.
But John Stones.
That's how they used to play. That's how he should play. I mean, I've said Trent should not be a defender. I'll back that to the hill. He should be a defender. He can't tackle. He should if you had to give him a set position, it would be. I'd put him in centre mid. I'd put him in midfield. I'd have him as a box to box.
Do you know it's funny? If I could pick Trent in any position on the pitch, it wouldn't be in centre mid. It would be as a right winger, because we can't do this because of Salah, obviously, because he's got a Teflon suit and no one can touch him. But Trent in the midfield is dangerous because he would not track back. He's already slow at tracking back when it's his job to. So imagine in a position where he thinks he needs to do it even less. He would not be there. He'd always be out of position almost, and it would cause us a lot of trouble.
But it's better to have a right back what's there than a right back what's not there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying Trent's position shouldn't be a centre mid either, because his centre mid he would never come back. Right, okay, well that's that for that. The whatchamacallit, the words have left my mind, the results from last week. Let's quickly just go on to, in a minute, I'll put the table up for a second. some questions that have come in. If anyone does have any questions, like I say, put them in the chat, and we'll get through to them. We got asked who's getting relegated. We'll get to that in a bit. Who's playing tonight? No one.
Someone said they reckon Bellingham's going Man City or
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
I think he stays at Dortmund, to be honest.
I don't know. I think it's time for him to move.
I think he's going to stay at Dortmund. I heard that. I'm pretty sure I heard rumors of him staying for another.
Right.
But it depends if he signs it or not.
Well, no, he wants a release clause in, so Dortmund they're happy to lower the release clause, but they want another season out of them. That's why.
Right. This one came in. I got asked favourite Liverpool player, but you guys each do favourite player from each of your team. I could almost guess Jake's, probably Maddison. Jake.
Currently, I would.
Yeah. Are we doing
currently?
Yeah, current favourite, because favourites change all the time. Let's not lie. So, Jake, you go first.
Favorite player for me, personally, right now, I want him to say Maddison. I say Ricardo Pereira. I actually love Ricardo Pereira to bits. The work rate he gives off as a right back, he's constantly up and down the pitch. He gives 110% every time he plays.
Mm-hmm. Jamie?
I mean, there's only one player, and it annoys me because on Jesse March, he was the first name on the sheet.
Gnotto?
And it's little Willy Gnotto. Little Willy. Little Willy.
I mean, can you guys guess who my favourite might be? I'm curious.
It's either going to be Basic or Alisson.
Wait, who was the first one you said?
Basic. Is it Basic?
Bajcetic.
Bajcetic?
Yeah, it was him for a period, but then he played against Real Madrid.
Alisson.
No, it's not Alisson. Is this man? Wait, no shit. It's this side. It's Cody Gakpo. I literally got his
Thiago.
I don't know how you can think he's your favourite at the moment. He had a good little spell and then he's been shit again.
Nah, he's just my favourite. It's Gakpo. It's Gakpo.
I think he just needs time to adapt. He's come from the Dutch league. Give it a couple of bit. Give it a bit of time.
Tyler has asked, if Chelsea had Haaland, would they be top 4? What do you reckon? Personally,
no.
I think they'd be top.
If what?
If Chelsea had Haaland, would they be top 4? I think they'd be top of the league.
If Bournemouth had Haaland, they'd be top 4.
If Chelsea had Haaland, then where would you place them in the league?
Second.
Behind?
I don't know, because
City would then in turn have Alvarez.
Even if they're not scoring goals, they're conceding a lot of goals.
I'd say it'd be Arsenal and then Chelsea and then City. That's what I'd say it would be.
Interesting.
No, because the thing is, Jake, is they don't concede a load of goals. They're losing 1-0, 2-0. But the reason they're losing them is, if they lose them by any more, it's because they're chasing the game. But because they have that many chances, they don't score the goals. If they had Haaland there to score the goals, they'd outscore everybody. Because if you look at the amount of chances they make every flipping match, their XG should be like 5. But because they don't have that goal scorer, they're not getting any goals. They haven't scored a goal in something like 7 hours now. And for Chelsea, that's bad. So you put Haaland in there, he's going to bang the goals. The amount of chances they make, he's going to score goals. Look at City, 45 goals this season he scored. That's ridiculous. Eddie's still got 10?
Plus games.
What about another 15 games to go? Let's say 15 games to go. Let's say roughly.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think in the Premier League you've got just around 10. Yeah. Around 10 plus.
In the Premier League, he's got 9 games left. But yeah.
He's got 9 games left.
9 games.
Another game another 3 games and it's about 15 games. About 15.
Yeah, 14,
I'm just 9 games. Let's say if he wins everything, if he wins all his games, he's got 1 more Champions League, then 3 more 4 Champions League, 2 FA Cup, so that's 6. Yeah, 15 games on the dot. Okay. The only other question I got, which is where did I get my starting shirt from? If anyone is wondering, that came from the LFC store direct. And yeah, You can get lots of different signed shirts. In fact, right now you can get signed and also a handwritten message from Steven Gerrard on there, which is pretty damn cool. And it's been very painful for me to try and not to buy it. But I don't know. Maybe I will. Right. Shall we move on to, what is it, predictions next? Guys, you have the things in front of you.
Predictions for this week.
Yeah? Fixtures.
Yep.
Right. Oi. Okay. Zoom that in a bit. Okay. There is an early kickoff. There we go. Aston Villa versus Newcastle. We'll kick it off with Jamie.
Is it Aston Villa at home?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm gonna go Newcastle still. I think. I'm gonna go draw.
Scoreline, out of interest.
I think Ollie Watkins will score.
I think it's gonna be a difficult one as well.
I think 2-2. I'm gonna go.
Ooh.
1-1.
Come on, I think you're under.
I think a draw as well because you got two
Aston Villa have been
teams
good.
on fire.
2-2.
Aston Villa have been very good, but I can't name the top team they've played in being very good.
Yeah, they're in form.
Yeah, Aston Villa have been good. So did Newcastle.
Yeah, I think Newcastle will win. 2-1 again, just like last week.
And they got points on Man City.
Chelsea versus Brighton.
I think 1-1. Brighton, all every day.
Wait, you said 1-1 just then. Oh, you went for the last one.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I think 3-1 Brighton.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea, eh? The Ex-Potter Derby
At
is
some
coming up.
point, they have to turn it around.
Yeah, I think a lot of people say that.
They
But,
have to turn it around.
and then I think personally Brighton are going to win. I think they're
Yeah,
going
have
to.
to
I think they're
score.
honestly going to smack them. I think it's going to be 3-0, and it's going to be Chelsea
I
just sitting
mean,
there.
the
Saturday.
logical is Brighton to win, but I just
think.
go 2-1
I
Chelsea.
don't know. I've got it in my head as well. When Frank was there before, Brighton smacked them, but I can't remember. I really can't. Everton versus Fulham. Fulham,
Can I-
obviously,
can I-
you guys.
Can I just stop you guys?
I think
And I
they
do
did.
apologise.
Under
I'm supposed to be on Friday night or watch.
You're meant to be on what? What you meant to
football
do?
Friday night
I've
football
got-
watch. He's not even got it on.
Oh, it's apologising, Duff.
I think I'm on
You forgot about
decent
the
with you
Friday
guys.
night football watch.
For you guys, I hear him a tiny bit late.
There's no time delay. is there?
If I
Oh my
disconnect and
God.
connect back, what is the
West
sound change?
Middlesbrough are winning 5-1 against Norwich.
Middlesbrough 5-1 up against Norwich. Wow. Yeah, Jamie, try sort your stuff out. Leave, come back, etc., etc. Oh, Jake, you're on. Ooh, there you go. You've zoomed into Jamie's face.
I've moved position. Let's go.
You've been moved into the top left. Okay.
Works.
While Jamie's gone, Everton versus Fulham. Jamie obviously said that Everton are obviously a
I'm back.
relegation rival for
I'm
you
back,
guys,
I'm back.
but Fulham have been
He's
poor.
back.
Yeah, your camera's gone for me still.
I think Fulham. I think Fulham or draw.
5-1.
It's gonna be Fulham or the
Jesus
draw. I
Christ.
don't see Everton picking up points. Yeah, 5-1 Middlesbrough. Disgusting. I generally think.
I mean, it was
draw
4-1 at half
or
time,
a win to Fulham.
I think Everton at home. There's no doubt in my mind that Dyche's going to get a 1-0 win, in my opinion. I'll answer them questions in a bit.
Everton will win. Yeah, Everton will win it.
I think it'll be 1-0 Everton win that. Southampton, Crystal Palace. By the way, anyone who has questions, send them
I
in.
don't.
We'll
I
answer
think
them
Fulham.
after the fixtures. What was that?
Palace.
Southampton, Palace. You think Palace?
I mean, for me and Jake, we hope Palace win.
I think this is going to be a.
I generally think 3-0 Palace.
Interesting.
I'm saying 1-0 Palace.
I'm going to go the
Palace.
opposite way. I'm going to say 2-1 to Southampton. And I don't think you have to worry about Southampton because I still think they'll lose and get
And if
relegated
they
eventually.
win 2-1, I'm going to kick your ass.
Spurs Bournemouth. It's a very Tottenham game to lose.
Spurs.
Spurs.
I think Spurs.
Spurs.
I think Spurs 2-0.
Have Bournemouth done their upset attempts? I mean, they almost
Yeah.
coupled
2-0.
Arsenal. They beat
Uh,
Liverpool.
no,
I'm going to go 3-0. I'm saying Harry Kane hat-trick.
I think Harry Kane and Human-Son will score 2-0.
Interesting.
Harry
Uh,
Kane
do
hat-trick.
you know what? I'm going to back Tyler in the comments. I'm going to say 1-0. I think Tottenham are just that poor. They're just that bad right now. Wolves Brentford. Three 0 Brighton. Interesting. Oh, have I lost both of you?
Brentford.
Wolves. I think Wolves might do
In
it.
fact, no.
They've been
No. I'm going draw.
Draw. Interesting. I think Brentford will win. Jake, did you say Wolves are going to win? Oh, I think there's definitely a delay. Right,
I
chat.
think Wolves. I feel like since they've brought the new manager in, they've got quite a lot of points.
Oh, okay. I think I've got a delay with you guys now, by the way.
I think they picked up quite a bit of points since they had the new manager.
Right, 1 second.
Oh.
Chat, just give me 1 second. I'm just going to try fix things. Oh. Why does no one do a live podcast, they say? Well, probably because of all these issues.
Coming back in.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if that fixed everything. Am I a bit? Can you hear me as I'm speaking right now, and you can respond to me, say yes while I'm speaking?
I just feel like you need a PC.
It sounds better. Okay, right. So if I say Jake, you said Wolves are going to win.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we're more in sync now because I was saying that, and you were sort of responding about 5 minutes later. Okay, I think Brentford are going to win personally. And then the funniest one of all, Man City versus Leicester. Let's start with you, Jake, the Leicester fan.
You know what? We've always been a bogey team to Man City, and we always sometimes.
There, Jake.
I think with us now actually having a.
Jake, do you remember the
decent
scoreline
manager
earlier in the season?
They beat us 1-0.
Ah,
They actually beat us 1-0.
it's not too bad. Not too bad.
There's actually only
That
1-0.
was when they were.
And
They were semi-decent.
No. We was awful at the time. We were still awful at the time. But we've now got Tielemans back, which I'm a little bit looking forward to. Hopefully, he can actually start performing again. Yes, we've got no Harvey Barnes, but that's why I think we'll play Patson Daka and Iheanacho now. Because the manager, Dean Smith. I think it's good that we've got a manager in. We've got Craig Shakespeare back. I really liked Shakespeare when we won the league and when he took over from Ranieri. Is Ginger been talking?
No, I'm just listening to you, bro. It's all good.
No, I can't hear him.
Is anyone even talking? Is it just me?
I'm listening. I'm listening to you, Jake.
I think we might get a 1-1 result. We aren't going to play Danny Ward. We're going to play Iverson,
Do you prefer Iverson or Danny?
in my opinion. Danny Ward's just had too many chances. But it depends on what the new Iverson. I think he's a young prospect. He's like 22, 23 years old, and he was basically replaced. He was going to be our replacement for Casper, but then we put Danny Ward in, which I don't really get why. Danny Ward didn't play a single game in preseason. Iverson played every game in preseason.
I think he did.
Then Danny Ward somehow gets back into the team when the season starts. As much as I want us to get a result tomorrow, I still think Man City might win, but I'm hoping we get a result. I'm fully praying we get a result now that we got somewhat of a manager in Craig.
Sorry, chat. I'm just trying to fix everything. I'll go back off. Oh,
It's back now.
right, Jake. It's quick fire predictions to an extent. I loved your 5-hour talk, but
Actually happening with
in the time you started talking to the
today.
time you stopped talking, I'd lost connection to you basically again. So Jake, give us a score. Did he?
I think 1-1.
1-1. 1-1. And Jamie? Oh God, chat, I am very sorry. 5-0. 5-0. I'm a back 5-0 as well. Yeah, I back that as well. I back 5-0. Right, we'll whiz through these two results, and we're gonna take a short little break, chat, just to fix some stuff, and then we'll be right back. We've got 3 games left. West Ham, Arsenal. Jake, give us them quick fires. Oh dear.
Arsenal 3-1.
3-1 Arsenal. And Jamie.
3-2 Arsenal.
All right, and then Nottingham Forest, Man U. Jake and then Jamie. Hopefully that comes through in a second.
2-1 for 2-1.
United 3-0.
Nice. And then we'll go to Leeds Liverpool in a minute. Let's take that little quick intermission where I'm going to restart everything. Chat, I'll be back in one moment.
Yeah, I think it's Discord being laggy, Ginge.
Yeah, what, yours or mine? Or just... oh
In
my
general.
God. In general? Okay. Alright. Right, okay. Oh, you've just disappeared.
You go down to the you just
It will take a while.
you know when you go to the connection at the bottom,
Yeah, Jake, I have no idea what's just gone on with yours.
the video. You know it says you know how you got the shade camera.
Yeah.
So you know when you turn in your camera, and you
Yeah.
go up. There's 3 latency bars.
Yeah.
What's it say for you?
Oh, 1 bar, to be fair.
Yeah, what does it say?
2,354
What is it?
video connected.
Yeah, I think it's for everyone.
Well, everyone's got terrible.
Yeah, I think it's generally Discord in general. I think it's
Discord's
Discord in
having a
general
terrible
bugging
night.
out today.
Oh, okay. There's nothing else we can use.
I think it's for me as well. I'm like 3,000 MB.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not me. Chat, it's not me. All right. Is there anything?
I think it's Discord in general.
Is there anything? We can
Every now and then it comes over. Every now and then it will come back. Yeah.
Discord is shafting us. Jamie's got Ben
Maybe
and Jerry.
WhatsApp
Right.
on the.
Oh God! Right. What's that video calling? Can I do that on the web? Can we do that on the web? Jake, do a quick Google. We'll take another intermission and try to do that if so.
I just think
I'm
in just general
wondering-
just going to.
Oh my god, it's down to 3,000.
I mean, we can always do a call and just have no voice, I suppose.
You can download.
I'm wondering
I think
if
just do
it'll
calls,
run
can't you?
smoother if we take the camera off.
Give it a go.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe.
You guys
Check
are going to lose your
cameras off.
cameras, but yeah, give it a go. See what happens. Oh, good old Discord. Jake, you can tell me if that goes down. apologies to everyone who is watching on YouTube or Twitch. Those on TikTok, you're really not affected. What flavour of Ben & Jerry's did you have, Jamie? That's a good sign. He hasn't heard me and responded.
Uh,
I think Jake's just
caramel brownie party.
Caramel brownie pie. Oh, that's good.
See, mine's down to 7.70 now.
Come over to my Discord, because my Discord it went down to 25 for me. And
Right.
here it's like
All right, we'll try go on yours. All right, chat.
That's jokes.
1
Alright.
second. I'll put the intermission on.
Watch when he joins and he goes up to like 3,000.
I think me even my camera on that now it's still 24.
There we go.
Your Discord server's clap, bruv.
My Discord's having a clap moment. Right, you guys are gonna have to do it 1 second. 1 second. Let me put on the go little fix quickly here. Just to make Jamie and Jake look good in their boxes.
I shouldn't even be eating this ice cream, but I'm hungry.
Yeah. Fat bugger.
It's so nice. It's got gooey bits.
Alright, I have no idea what's going on with my Discord, Jake. That sounds like something that one of my Discord mods is gonna have to look into.
I think it's all the shit you got in it.
Anyone in the chat, yeah.
Right,
anyone on
Jake, I'm
TikTok,
happy to clear out.
anyone
I'm
on
gonna clear
Discord.
out the webhooks, I reckon.
Caramel
So-
brownie party. Get on it.
Caramel brownie pie. There you go. My chat's
It
cleared,
is,
but I guess that's
yeah.
because I've just changed scene. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, after that we return. So we brushed past them quickly. Let's go back to it quickly. West Ham Arsenal. Is it a clear Arsenal win? We'll just quickly.
Yeah.
Clear Arsenal win. Bounce back time.
Yeah.
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 3-1.
And then Nottingham Forest Man U. Forest upset at home.
Maybe, but I think 2-1.
I can see it happening. I mean, to be fair, they've just got 2 injuries. You know what? I'm going to back it. I'm going to go for a draw. 1-0.
Yeah. Well, there you go. United picked up injuries. The pressure's going to be on the Maguire bad performance.
And Forest do well at home.
Forest crowd, a bit rowdy, especially if they get that early goal. I'm going to say that Nottingham Forest are going to win 1-0. And then, talking of upsets, Leeds have got Liverpool.
4-2
Jake,
Liverpool.
wait. Jake, let's get you first.
I think it could be a bounce back for Leeds, in my opinion. I think the games between Liverpool and Leeds, the last couple I've watched, it's been like a bit of here and there. Like sometimes Leeds had a good game, sometimes Liverpool's had a good game. And Leeds is one of them teams, sometimes they can pull out performance out of nothing. I mean, we've seen Liverpool this year, they play shit half the time. They're against bottom teams.
That's a kind
Against every bottom team, they drop. They drop points. But when they're at home, they somehow beat them. I think Leeds might get a result in this game. I think 2-1 Leeds.
Jamie?
4-2 Liverpool.
4-2.
Wow.
I think both teams will score. I think it'll be a goal fest. I just think you're too strong. You're shit. We're going down. We're getting relegated.
There's a lot of positivity there. And just to add on to the positivity, kind of what Jake alluded to. Every time Liverpool have done well or done something, it's gone, it's time to bounce back. It's a turning point in Liverpool's season. I feel really, really positive about this. And then we go and mess it all up in the next game. Normally against a team that's in the relegation scrap. So I actually think Leeds are going to win 1-0, which is really depressing.
We'll
but
concede.
But I honestly think it will. But Luis Diaz is going to be back. He is going to be in the matchday squad. Whether he'll be starting or not, I'm not sure. But he will be back. Yeah, but I think that's the last one, isn't it, for the predictions? So, do we have any questions from the audience? Let me know if you've got any questions. Write them in. Let me scroll up just to see. Would Jamie recommend the ice cream? The answer is yes.
Yes.
I had a question. City doesn't-
Actually, wait. I've got a thing to talk about.
Go on, Jake.
Wrexham versus Notts County.
Wrexham, you mean.
Did anyone see the result?
Yeah, 3-2, and
Yes,
Ben Foster
and-
saved Ben in the last minute.
But have you seen the points at the top?
Yeah,
from the top two
103
teams?
and 100, and I think Wrexham have a game in hand as well, so they can pretty much carry themselves through.
And that only one of them get promoted to League Two
Yeah,
as well.
but only one gets automatically promoted. the other one's going to the
Yeah.
player. I just think the thing is, yes, Wrexham, and it was a great game, and it's been a great season. Let's not lie, Notts County were a level above that league going in, and Wrexham are maybe a League One level club with the signings and the people that they've got. So obviously that's
See that Ben Foster did that one thing he's never done in his career as well. I think it was I can't remember what it was. He did something. Yeah, save last minute penalty.
Save last minute.
Yeah. Well, that's something he said he wanted to do.
He's finally now done it in his career. He went back to the team he first started off his career with.
Okay. Anyway, got a question.
I think for me,
Go on, Jimmy. No, go on, say it.
I was going to say, just because I'm a Football Manager player, and like you road to glory cards, you start at the bottom, building up to the Premier League, etc. I love that stuff. So watching Wrexham have this takeover, and I'm a massive fan of Deadpool. He's like Ryan Reynolds is one of my favourite actors.
Yeah.
I've already said something miss.
And
If there was one person I was going to turn gay for,
He
it would
gets
be
involved
Ryan
in
Reynolds.
all of it as well. You can look at
He's
it.
my man. He's my man crush. So when he took over Wrexham's actually the closest the closest team close to me that's in the English divisions. Well, Chester or Wrexham. Wrexham's like it's give or take about 5 minutes in it. So it's like really good to see. And yeah, I just can't wait. It'll be good to watch them go up the league. You know, get into the actual league and then see them build on that and go up the leagues because they can throw money more than they can probably throw as much money as the championship teams around. So
Yeah.
it'll be great. It's great to watch.
Hopefully so.
Or you should get Football
But,
Manager on PS and do a series.
Yeah. So first question from Herring Goal. He has asked, or they have asked, I should say, who will be in the FA Cup final? I mean, to me, it's an obvious two. The two games are obviously Manchester United versus
Brighton.
and Manchester City have got a very, very tough game against Sheffield United.
I would go Brighton City.
Brighton City, yeah.
Interesting. I actually think it'll be a Manchester derby in the final.
I think it'll be good to see Manchester derby, but I think Brighton.
I can tell you who hoped it's the Manchester City derby. Manchester derby. It's Scott.
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Yeah. Would you take? I've been asked. Would I take Moise Caicedo to Liverpool for 60 million? I'll put that question to you guys. Do you think 60 million is a fair price tag for Caicedo?
Yes.
Okay.
And do you know why? So Brighton were rejecting and wanted like 80, 90 million for him from Arsenal. So I think 60 million is a steal for him, to be honest, in today's market. I know Bellingham's amazing and he's really good for the AGs and all that stuff, but the price that Dortmund want for him, I know it's his relegation release clause, but if that wasn't there, they'd want more, and that is because it's the English premium tax. If Caicedo was English, he'd be costing double, but because he's not, he's 60 million, but then he's still, I see it as still. If he's better than Enzo Fernandez, and well, look how much he cost.
And I think he replaces to Jordan Henderson what you're lacking in, because I feel like Jordan Henderson's dropped off a bit. Fabinho's dropped off a bit.
Isn't Caicedo's more of a DM, isn't he?
No, I was about to say.
So
I think
he's the Fabinho replacement.
He's the Henderson Fabinho replacement.
No, well,
In my
Henderson's
opinion.
always been realistically, Henderson is a centre mid. If he's gone in CDM, it's because he's covering for a gap being there. So, you know. But Liverpool, I mean, we've got this big rebuild that we need to happen. And we will probably talk about that in a podcast at some point. When we do the Liverpool rebuild, who they should get for a set price and maybe use transfer market.
the worst thing is they've said that they're not going to spend a stupid amount on one player.
Yeah, I don't mind that. But as long as we spend decent amounts on.
But then they're looking to get Declan Rice, which you're going to be spending 100 million on.
The difference with Declan Rice is
West Ham already said.
He's not worth 100 million. He's
That's what I mean.
overhyped.
You've got to think though, West Ham, David Moyes, the owner wants 100 million for him.
I also think West Ham.
But if they get relegated,
even go to Liverpool.
But hasn't Declan Rice only got 1 year left on his contract after this?
Yeah, that's why Declan Rice is going to be cheaper than Bellingham. Also,
and if you get relegated, it's even more cheaper.
Yeah.
So then
If they get relegated, even more money.
Yeah.
Just wait, and I think he could go to Chelsea if they're in Champions League by then. By the end of his contract, he could go to Chelsea if Mount's still there. If Liverpool get Mount, then I think Declan Rice goes to Liverpool.
Yeah, there's a good
There's been a
chance.
lot of links with Mount going to Bayern Munich. Because Tuchel wants him.
Bayern Munich. Let's get Mane back at Liverpool.
So do Liverpool want him.
Yeah.
Mm.
So allegedly.
Klopp wants him.
Allegedly. We normally, like, I'm not going to lie, as soon as if you hear things for Liverpool, it has always been the way. You won't normally hear about who will actually sign him. If you hear Liverpool going to sign someone, it's normally already happened. It's normally one and done in a couple of days. So, like, Jude Bellingham, Caicedo, Mateus Nunes, all these players, they just signed. Thiago came out of nowhere. It was one day, oh, Liverpool are interested in Thiago. Next day, Liverpool have signed Thiago. Same with Jota. Same with other players in the past. You know, it just sort of happens. It's just done. That's how Klopp does it. You know, better defense and better attack. Do you think Brighton? Oh, you think Brighton are better than Man United squad-wise? That's interesting, guys. I'll pose that as a question to you. Do you think Brighton have a better squad than Manchester United?
No.
All rounded, yeah.
Is that a better squad or play better as a team?
Play better as a team.
I think Brighton play better as a team, but they don't have a better squad.
I think if they play better as a team, they don't have a better squad.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
Yeah, okay, I'll go with that, but that's because you've got World Cup winners in that, and that squad you've got Champions League winners. So obviously they're going to have a
Yeah.
better squad. But
Exactly.
playing
Squad
together, they
squad
don't
and
have it.
team is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then, okay, well, yeah, this is a good time to Tyler's asked it. Let's answer it. Thoughts on Mane smacking Sane? Obviously, Sane played too well in the Bayern Munich game or something. Was the only one who really made any opportunities for Munich against City, and Mane didn't like that. I don't really know what happened.
There's a
We'll
bus
do
up in the
predictions for
changing
the
room.
semi-final next week. But yeah, I don't actually know. Does anyone? I have no clue. I haven't really looked into it. But why did Mane hit Sane?
Sane apparently said something to him in the changing room.
Oh, I thought it was on the pitch though. Well,
No, it was in the
the beef. I thought the beef started on the pitch and then went
Yeah,
into
the beef did start on the pitch.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, something happened on the pitch and then it went into the changing room. But yeah, that's very nice by the way, Blue. I have seen your message. But yeah, right. What's next, guys?
It's
Champions League.
No,
No, it's top
should be the table.
four,
top 4, and
bottom 3 predictions.
Miss John Barnes.
who's going down? What the top 4 is going to be?
All right, we'll do our bottom 3. So what we are doing, for everyone who just didn't understand that, just make it clear to everyone, we are just going to be doing not the whole table prediction for the Premier League, but what we think the top 4 will be after the end of play on final day, and what the bottom 3 will be. We'll start off with the bottom 3. We'll each do our bottom 3s, give a couple of reasons as to why, see if we can convince another person of why ours is different. They might all be the same. We haven't seen each other's ones. But yeah, yes, I did see what Sane called him, but I thought he called him that after, or said about him after. So, this is pretty much a relegation scrap. I mean, Crystal Palace are pretty much out of it now, but that is the bottom 8 on the screen. In fact, I'm going to... No, we'll keep it like that, because it's only 6 points between 18th and 12th still, which is crazy. Let's kick it off with... We've got 2 relegation sides in here, so I'll say mine first, because we've got 2 people who are relegation teams in there. So, what was mine? I had it up. Let me get my notes up quickly. I have gone for, in 20th place, it will be no shock, Southampton. I don't think they've got any chance, really. I'd be surprised if these 2 have gone different. I think they've been terrible this season throughout, and it's just not really a shock. In 19th, I've gone for Nottingham Forest. Looking at their running, there's a lot of hard games. I just think everyone warned them at the start of the season. You know, they sort of went, oh, if Nottingham Forest don't stay up, they're finished because of how much they've spent and what they've done. I just think they're going to be in trouble and they're going to go down. And in 18th, I've gone for Bournemouth. Having looked in at their running again, I don't think they're particularly safe. I think a couple of teams below them. I know Bournemouth have got a player, I believe, a few teams that are below them and also around them. And I think they will come off worse in them games. So that's my bottom 3, guys.
Go on, Jamie.
Jake, you go. No,
Me?
I'm muted.
They're too polite. They're too
Right.
polite to each
Oh,
other.
fine, I'll go. My heart says, oh, my bottom two, Southampton, Forest. Yep, that's my bottom two. Southampton 20th, Forest at 19th. 18th, my heart wants Everton to go down. Because of where I live, the Everton fans are entitled. They think that they deserve to, and they have a goddamn right to stay in the Premier League because they've never dropped out of it. But my head says Leeds. I think our running's tough. I think we have Spurs away on the final day of the season. So if it is the case of it's a final game of the season fight again like last season, I don't see us being able to pull it out of the bag this time. Maybe if we're at home, but we don't generally win in London.
60, yeah. So,
Again, like I say, if we got them 3 points against Palace, I think we wouldn't even be talking right now. If we'd got them 3 points up against Palace, we'd been on what, 32 points. We'd have been what, 5 points clear. Yeah, I don't see us doing well at all. We don't have a goal scorer. Bambi, I just hope he goes. We can't defend set pieces. We just can't defend shit anyway in general. But yeah, I've got Leeds in 18th.
so that's and you're going with your head rather than your heart. Then, so you're saying
Yeah.
Southampton, Forest, Leeds.
Yep.
Jamie's gone to mine. I think Everton, because even if they do stay up, if they do somehow survive, they're going to get hit that massively with that point deduction next year. Which if they don't go down this year, they're 100% going down next year. But I think they'll go down this year and they'll get the point deduction in the Championship.
That's fine.
They won't get it.
Yes. Right, and then we've got a special guest who's going to give
It
her
won't
bottom
happen
three
in the
just
Championship.
while we're here. No,
What's
go
up,
on,
Jamie?
Pick 3 teams from
It
that
won't
one.
happen in the Championship.
For what?
Just
the
the
Championship
3
is
teams
run
that are going to go
by
down.
different
3 teams from that list.
But Jake,
Oh,
thing. So say if you commit FFP in the Championship, yeah, in the current season, it'll be affected next season. But if you get promoted, it won't be
Doesn't
affected
affect-
because it's Premier League.
It's a joke. Yeah,
Right.
that's why I
That-
said.
Yeah.
If Everton got relegated and they got promoted again, because it's still been 3 years.
Oh, Provincial Fuse.
biggest-
Thank you for the follow. How you doing, my friend? Welcome
Yeah,
along.
I think it's Southampton, Forest, Everton, in my opinion.
Forest Everton. All right, Elle's going to give her a quick bottom 3. Go on.
for what?
The 3 teams going down
Oh, going down.
Yep.
For what?
from the Premier League.
Leeds,
Leeds,
Leicester,
Leicester. Oh, I wonder why I spit them too. Say Southampton is not bad.
and Crystal.
They're Liverpool.
But she's on Crystal Palace as the bottom one. That's incredible. I
Right,
tell you what,
okay.
if that comes off,
Delusional.
I'm getting the best TikTok. If them 3 actually go down, I'm getting the best TikTok. So, come to you in a bit. Yeah.
No.
Maybe.
I think
It'd be a miracle if Crystal Palace got down now.
Yeah, I'd be so
Yeah.
crazy. But I'm telling you now, if that goes off, I'm getting the best TikTok ever. So
delusional.
that is something special, isn't it? Yeah. So just to. Oh, Jake, did you time up? Get rid of? Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
So Wiseboard did it for me.
Oh, lovely. Good old Wiseball. So just to summarise, the bottom 3s of each of us. Mine, I have gone for Southampton, Nottingham Forest, and Bournemouth. Jamie went for his own club, Leeds, with the same Southampton and Nottingham Forest position. And Jake, you said Southampton,
Everton.
Forest, Everton, right?
Forest, yeah.
So we're all set on Southampton, Forest, Everton, but we're all a bit questionable on who's going to come in 18th. Let me know who you
Yeah.
guys think. It'd be interesting to know. West Ham going down. Very interesting. Pluto agrees with Jake. And my
I just feel like
Um,
I just feel like West Ham don't have many hard games after Arsenal. I feel like they've got a lot of relegation games. I feel like they've
I
played
think
all the
West
hard teams already.
But yeah. Moving on to the top 4 now, where we're going to give our predictions on that. By the way, someone asked how often when we'll next be live doing this. We go live every Friday.
Every
We're not
Friday.
doing this. Every Friday we're doing a live stream on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. So come through and come support every Friday. Top 4, and this is in order as well. Guys, do you want to do it from 4th to 1st or 1st to 4th?
Yeah, 4th to 1st.
4th to 1st. Okay. Right, we'll go in the reverse order this time. So Jake, you can start.
I think United are just going to pull out top 4. I feel like they're just good. I feel like it's between them and Tottenham, but I think they're just going to beat Tottenham.
Same time.
I mean, I think it's just going to be top 4. I think the only thing change, I think Man City's going to win the league. I think it's going to be Man U, Newcastle, Arsenal, Man City. I think Man City's got to get it now.
Flawless run between Man City and Arsenal. Both going to win every game, but Man City are going to win the game against Arsenal.
I don't know. I think Arsenal still got Chelsea and Man City to play.
And Newcastle.
And Newcastle. That's why I don't think they're going to be fall. That's why I feel like Man City's going to come out and win the league.
Spurs, Newcastle, Arsenal, City. Spurs, interesting. Could happen. I reckon Marshall might be a Spurs fan. Spurs top 4 and West Ham to get relegated. Good chance. Jamie.
I'm going United, Newcastle, Arsenal, City, same as Jake.
And what about you? Do you think they'll go flawless?
Yes, City will. Arsenal, I think Arsenal will capitulate once they lose to City.
It all comes down to that game. I think it all comes down to that Man City Arsenal game. If Arsenal,
if City don't beat, I think if City don't win, Arsenal go on to win. But if City win it, then it's City's all day.
Interesting. Well, I thought this would be a bit more interesting and we'd have more to discuss, to be honest, because my top 4 order is Manchester United in 4th, Newcastle in 3rd, Arsenal in 2nd, and Man City in 1st. Which is interesting. Well, either we all have impeccable on-point ball knowledge or we all know absolutely nothing. Because we've all gone for the exact same order. I will say, in my defence, I put Newcastle above Manchester United all along, and I backed them the entire way. But I didn't think Man U would even.
Because the only other thing about United getting top 4 is they've got a game in hand of Tottenham, and they're already 3 points clear. If they win that game in hand, they're 6 points clear of Tottenham.
Yeah, Liverpool Europa League. Oh, I don't even think. Where does Europa League stretch down to? Is it 8 or is it 7?
No.
Or is it just
5th and 6th?
Like
And
the
Europa League Conference is 7th.
The table's so out of date because they always have the lines under 5th. What is the point of this line? It's always wrong now. But
yeah, because the coefficients on that crap, they changed them.
Yeah, so much has changed with Europe and all that. They just haven't ever fixed it.
So you have 5th and 6th go into Europa League, they go straight into it.
Yeah.
And then 7th goes into Europa League Conference. And then if you win the cups,
Oh,
I think you get that. I think that's where you go into qualification.
I beg we just. I don't even want Europe. I'd rather know Europe than Europa League or Conference League. Bless me. Sorry. Anyways, yeah. So guys, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know where you think each team's going to finish in the top 4, and if you're watching this as a video on demand, leave it in the comments down below as well. Right. I think all we've really got to do now is talk about the Champions League.
And the Robson incident as well.
We can talk about Andy Robertson quickly before we get on to Europe, I suppose. If I zoom in on that.
Generally, I think
Talk about who?
Andy Robertson and the ref.
elbow.
I suppose, Jamie, you said straight away, not surprised there was no punishment and that you didn't think there should have been. I'd like to know your opinion why you think there shouldn't have been any punishment.
I'm sick of seeing players. Like, you watch a football match, yeah? And how many times do you see a bunch of players surrounding the referee? Yeah, it's intimidating. Trying to intimidate them, yeah. You shouldn't be allowed to... It's full stop, you shouldn't be allowed to lay a hand on the referee. You shouldn't be allowed. Robertson grabs his arm.
Oh, I don't know.
Touches him.
I don't even know if he really touched him.
He confronts him. He confronts him first.
He confronts him, but I don't know if he touched him.
As far as that referee is concerned, that could have been coming up from behind him as well. That could have been anyone. That could have been a pitch invader. At the end of the day, you've just had a couple of weeks ago the Mitrovic thing. Yeah. What? So the referees are supposed to take it and sit there and be manhandled. I just think it's a joke. Like, there's no set law for that for the punishment. There's no set law that saying the referee can't do this, can't do that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, referees don't have protection. And John, the even more annoying thing is the grassroots referees getting attacked and getting abused.
They
Yeah.
have
No,
no
I-
protection whatsoever.
I'm not saying at all Andy Robertson went and abused him, but he touched him. He laid a hand on him. Now he might have just wanted to like tap him, to say look, rather and say something, but run around the front of him, walk in front of him. Don't touch him. At no point you should be allowed to touch the ref unless
Yeah.
it's an accident. Or when you're running on the pitch, you shouldn't be allowed to touch the ref.
or in a nice way.
Yeah.
There's a mannerism of doing it at the end of the day.
I feel sorry for the assistant ref because I think it's just it may be a knee jerk reaction. You know, like
Yeah, I agree. But
sometimes you're not all there. You're not. Do you know, like if you just
Takes
focused on something, you might have someone might touch you, like, you have a quick jump and you might like nudge them kind of thing. It could have been that. Like, I don't know. If he gets punished, I do feel bad for him.
well, he's not getting punished. They've officially announced it. But I
Yeah,
think
they announced it,
my only count. I don't really care too much either way. The only counterpoint I say against it or to it in response is, as an official of the game, unfortunately your standards have to be higher. It would be like a judge going and hitting someone or elbowing someone. You know, if you saw that in a court of law, a judge elbow a prosecutor or whatever, they get in serious trouble. And I know
At the same time, no one's going to go grab a judge.
no, exactly.
It's just not.
But no one should grab a referee either. But the levels are just different in terms of if you're in a position of authority, you should never be hitting out at the people that you're in charge of.
But
yes,
then
they
again,
shouldn't
it should be the players.
Yes, they
should
shouldn't
be-
get the abuse, but at the same time, his reaction was wrong. I'm sure he knows his reaction was wrong. Maybe just
Do you know what it is? I think after the season, I think the
rules are going to change. There's going to be a clap.
They need to come together, and rules need to be changed and put in place. And if like the case of if a player does touch a referee, it's a yellow card. If he perceives to carry on touching him or whatever, then it's a red card. There should be
It should be just
It
strict,
should
firm,
be-
and done.
I think when if you surround the referee, first one to surround him and cause the other players surrounding, yellow card. If you start punishing him, they'll stop doing it.
Yeah, I
Simple
agree.
as.
The only thing I'd say is
Literally 2 weeks ago we had the Mitrovic incident, and do you know what I mean? Like, so it's referees are going to be a bit on edge because of that. They don't want that happening to them. You don't want to be bullied off the pitch. It's your job. Do you know what I mean? That's like me going to my job, going to work and being thinking that something's gonna happen to me. Someone's gonna do something to me.
yeah.
It shouldn't be like that. You should be able to just do your job. Go to work, do your job. You have to remember it is their job. They don't do it as a hobby. It's their job.
And the only thing I'd say, like, I don't think he should have been in any punishment. I just think all there should have been at the very most an apology is all it is. You know, sorry, reflex action, didn't mean to do it. And there might have been that between them, in a direct message. You just never know. It could have easily happened. But if anyone has any questions, send them in quickly. Go on.
Did Andy Robertson even react to it?
Yeah, he sort of just went like, "Ow," and just gone. He's just hit me. That was his reaction, pretty much. And he didn't say much. I haven't seen anything after the game.
But he has. I'm right in thinking he hasn't put in a complaint about it or anything.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's it. Like, because in the game they literally said we're going to look into it, and that was it. And I just don't think that's what it was. There was.
It's like it's more from.
What are the
everyone else?
What are the FA Cup semi-final fixtures for the women's? And let us know, and then we'll give you our thoughts on it. But I don't think we really follow women's football too much as a group.
I think it's United, Chelsea, and Arsenal, Man City, I believe.
Haven't Man City been kicking up a storm this season?
Chelsea will win it. They win everything.
All I know is that Chelsea have got Sam Kerr, who's the best, and that's pretty much it.
They're like fourth in the league at the minute.
Yeah,
No,
but
Yeah.
no, I
United,
think Chelsea finished good.
United atop with joint with Arsenal on points, and then Man City's in third with a game in hand.
Aston Villa, Chelsea, Man United, Brighton.
No.
I'm going Aston Villa all the way. Alicia Lehmann.
I think United will win it.
Oh,
I'm going Aston Villa. Aston Villa got my heart tonight. And then another question I got. Thoughts on West Brom? Thoughts on the Baggies?
West Brom.
Yeah, thoughts on West Brom?
Whereabouts are they in the league?
I don't know. Just thoughts on the club, though. Not on their performance, just thoughts on the club. I like West Brom.
They're 11th.
I remember my favourite thing about West Brom
don't like West Brom.
was remember that season when West Brom went down and the new manager came in and he absolutely cooked a storm up and started beating every team. That was one of my favourite things. Also, West Brom has one of the best Liverpool memories in recent years of Alisson scoring a header against them. So, yeah, I like.
Is Vinny the best winter at the minute? What are you on about, Tyler?
And is Vinny Junior the best winger in the world right now?
Yes.
Although Chelsea was, I thought the poor game. That was probably one of his poorest games I've seen him have recently.
What
Well,
Chelsea?
then he still managed to get an assist out of the game.
Well,
Yeah, he got an assist, but that was it. What else did he do?
But wingers aren't.
Yeah, but sometimes
I understand wingers now go score like 15 goals.
Jake, he didn't. I mean, I know he's up against Reece James, but he didn't menace him.
no.
He didn't do much against him. He didn't really get past him. There was that one chance, and
Or he did blitz him once.
Yeah, he blitzed him once, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
I don't doubt he's the best. He's the best winger in the world at the moment. But I just didn't. I don't think that game he was that. Just that one game. I don't think.
Yeah, but touching on to we'll touch more into it when we go into the.
Oh, the fight.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's move on. For those of you asking about predictions, by the way, there will be a video up on YouTube and Twitch. We've covered off the fixtures from the results from last week, the fixtures, everything that we covered off in this podcast will be up on YouTube. Come over, Tog Jamie, just search it in, nice and simple. It'll be up on there after. We're also live on there right now. But yeah, moving on to the Champions League quarterfinals, and we'll talk about the games that happen. We'll go leg by leg, I reckon. Benfica Inter, we all said Benfica looked like they might be.
No. I said Inter. You both said Benfica.
To be honest, I don't really remember. But fair enough. Jake said Inter, and he got it spot on. Inter Milan obviously won 2-0. Can I click on this and make it bigger? Let's see.
Barella and Lukaku.
Barella and Lukaku. There you go. Do Benfica stand a chance?
No, not away from home.
Not away from home, no.
No. That's it.
Not away from home.
But then we've gone to the other leg of this. Who can play Inter in the next leg would be Napoli and Milan. I think we should touch on to that game. I think Napoli.
Oh, they screwed the pooch with Anguissa getting sent off.
Napoli can come back. I think.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like I said it would be a close game. I said it wasn't. I said it wasn't a determined Napoli. I said Milan could still pull a result out, and Milan did pull a result out at home. But I think it all comes down to how many goals did Napoli score at home against Milan, and if Milan get a goal.
Can I ask you guys a question? Because I can sit there and just. I'm looking at this right now. Milan and Napoli. How great would it be if either of these teams went on and won the tournament? Milan for obviously what they were, a decade, 2 decades ago almost, and Napoli just for how well they've been playing this season. How great would it be if either?
I think he comes in the top 10 right now, Tyler. I don't think he's fully up there because he's still pretty young and he's only come out this year. I'll say top 10 this year. But no, there's that prediction guy. That guy always put a prediction on 10 years ago in 2016 or something like that about the next 10 Champions League winners, and he's actually put down Napoli to win this Champions League.
Did he? How many did he get right before?
He's got all of them right before.
He's predicted every one.
Since from 2016, he's got them all correct.
Wow.
Till this year.
Impressive.
And he's predicted the next 3 years, next 3 winners he predicted Napoli, Arsenal, Man U. Imagine if that actually comes true. And he's constantly being retweeted on Twitter.
Right. Man City, Bayern Munich. Core Bayern
What a
Munich.
game.
Bayern Munich got the smoke, didn't they?
Oh.
Like,
But again, it's
absolutely-
Bayern Munich away.
they-
Bayern Munich away haven't been the best this year.
Yeah, they got cooked.
Didn't Jake say Bayern?
I think we all said Bayern.
No, Jamie.
I didn't. I said City.
I
'Cause
said
Haaland,
Bayern.
Haaland effect. I said Haaland would score, and I said Haaland effect, and he got a goal and assist, and he was fucking great.
Yeah,
The whole team were great.
He was.
City were great.
I mean,
Bayern
City
were poor.
was-
I said
City.
City were just.
That was the performance. That I know it's a different competition, but that performance was the one I watched when I went, "Wow, City, they're just cooking now, aren't they? They're cooking different
Yeah.
now." It's this three at the back formation with Stones a bit more
And
advanced.
do you know who? Do you know what it is? Look at who was the best player on that pitch that game. Who hasn't been in the side for the past 5 games. He's been sat on the bench for the past 5 games, and he's got put in the starting 11 to replace Mahrez, and he ran the fucking game.
Bernardo Silva.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was amazing. Do you know he had 8 tackles? 8 tackles as a winger.
Yeah, but Bernardo Silva always does that. He's so annoying.
I know, but he scored a goal.
And like Tyler's saying in his comments, like how many mistakes was there from Bayern? It's the way City pressed and the way Bayern wanted to play. It's terrible. Like that Upamecano one. I think that was City's second goal, wasn't it? It was when he
And
gave
that
it
was,
away.
That was from the pressure of.
Yeah, but it was pressure or not. It was terrible.
I generally still think it's a backlash from when Bayern Munich, Matt second manager.
Do you know what? I don't think they ever should have got rid of him. And I get.
I don't.
They
only conceded 2 goals. They conceded 2 goals in 7 games before this.
They didn't like how he was managing or whatever, but come on.
No, apparently he was feeding his missus things out of the club.
His missus that he was seeing was in relationship with a reporter. And they felt like he was feeding information, leaking team information to her.
No.
And so they got rid of him.
Because if he's going to dinner with, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna play Mane up front. But when you're a team like Bayern, you kind of know what team they're going to go with. There's no shock that what team's going to be used.
It's just the tactics that they play. The manager.
It's stupid.
But
Serves them right.
yeah, and I think City will walk the second leg honestly as well. I do. I think City will just. Their challenge isn't Bayern Munich anymore. It's Real Madrid in the next leg, isn't it? And speaking of Real Madrid, Mr.
It wasn't the best. There was
Todd Bowley went 3-0. Watch it tonight. 3-0. Real Madrid will win. Chelsea will win 3-0 against Real Madrid.
He has no clue how to run a football club.
I think that's unfair.
He's new to it.
He's learning.
He's new to it. I know he gets a lot of jokes made about him, but I think he's just new to it.
He will do because. And you have to remember, Chelsea have gone from Abramovich to him, and he's trying to put his stamp on it. He's learning. There's only one way he's going to learn is by making mistakes. They already came out and said that they know they messed up and not getting a striker in January. Unfortunately, they just have to deal with it. But I think.
Do you think they thought Felix was going to be that striker?
João Felix? No. João Felix should have scored. He had that 1-on-1 in the first minute.
Well, I have to say, Eden Militao, the way he got back at him though.
Yeah, but if you watch it back again, João Felix slows down.
Oh, he slows down. But the way Eden Militao got back at him is incredible. I
just think Real Madrid didn't need to be that good. They just didn't need to be. They could play at their own pace, really, because Chelsea were never going to score.
Real Madrid are the masters. They're the masters of game management in the Champions League. Somehow
but then again, look how many times the commentators are saying Real Madrid's below par today. Real Madrid haven't been as best as they've been all season. They didn't have to be as good.
But saying that, I know I've backed Chelsea for Brighton, but I still wouldn't put it past Chelsea. I know I think Real Madrid it's whoever wins out of Real Madrid and City that will win the Champions League.
I thought you were about to say Chelsea got a chance going through.
I wouldn't put it past Chelsea taking it to extra time.
2 goals.
I would not put it past all. Yep. Stamford Bridge as well,
Chelsea
isn't it?
played Real Madrid last season, didn't they, in Champions League? And
And Chelsea weren't playing well then at that time either.
didn't
They got beat the first leg, didn't they?
I thought it was
Yep.
at home they lost 3-1, didn't they?
Yep. And then they took it to extra time, didn't they?
I remember Mendy
Or
gave the ball
they were
away
winning.
completely.
No, they were going through, weren't they? And Real Madrid scored 2 in the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
like
no,
5
no,
minutes.
no, that was against Man City.
That was Man City.
It was Chelsea was
Rodrigo.
3-1. Chelsea was 3-1 up at home to Real Madrid, and Benzema then scored a hat trick at the Bernabeu, take him through. I remember
Yeah.
it was a hat trick.
Didn't he score once to take it to extra time? And then he scored the hat trick in the extra time, didn't he?
Honestly, can't remember. I've blocked out last year's Champions League. It was too painful.
No, I think
It
he
was
scored.
something like that, but I'm gonna go for Chelsea to take extra time, Real Madrid to go through.
Interesting. So is that 2-0, 3-1?
I think Real
I
Madrid
don't know the
2-1.
score. I think Chelsea will. I don't know why. I don't know how. I just
With him missing
feel
Chilwell,
they
I
will
think
take it to
2-1.
time, but it'll just be too far.
I just think Real Madrid will come game manage it, win probably
Yeah.
2-0 again.
I think with him losing, we're one of the biggest defensive outlets in Chilwell, going forward.
Just want to touch on Chelsea because I want to know your guys' opinions on it. At Brighton, Cucurella was, he was the going forward left wing back. He was always going forward, and he was always, that attacking player. I think I've seen him maybe do that once, maybe at the start of the season for Chelsea, and now he's basically a left centre back. What happened? What changed for him to be in that position? I don't understand it.
No, 'cause he was playing that position all season, but now since Chilwell's been back,
Well, I
And
can't-
injuries.
can't remember
Thiago Silva got injured. Don't forget at the same time as Chilwell
Yeah.
coming back. So
he had to go into centre back.
we preferred Cucurella obviously over Chalobah and Badashile to put him ahead of them too. So
He was always
and
going
don't
to go
forget
in.
he was great. He was trusted. He was trusted. Graham Potter, who had him was the one that had him at Brighton. So he was always going to play him because he felt like he could trust him.
Yeah.
So he was always going to play when Chilwell came back.
Yeah, we've got a couple more questions coming from people. And if anyone does have their questions, as we are looking to end up soon, put them in the chat. What was it? Okay, we've got a couple of questions related to England. Should Harry Maguire be England's starting centre-back?
I'll go first. I'm very torn on it because it's that enigma of he doesn't start and play enough for Man United, but yet has he ever let England down?
Who's
No.
this?
Harry Maguire. He doesn't let England down. He's always consistently good for England. He doesn't put a foot wrong for them ever. Do you know what I mean? But then at club football, he does. We know he does. Obviously, he did the other night.
Yeah.
So I personally don't have a problem with him starting for England on the basis that he doesn't put a foot wrong.
Another thing is he's really good in a free back. In a two back, he's not good. In a free back, he stands out a lot more.
I agree.
Could you imagine him with David Luiz in the same as the back two, in the back four?
Yeah.
You literally wouldn't be able to do much because the both you wouldn't have.
You'd end up with a left back and a right back in the defence.
Yeah, literally.
You might have a chance if you had like Philip Lahm in right back and Ashley Cole in left back.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
I think for me, as long as Southgate's the manager, you should keep picking Maguire because some managers just get the best out of players. They just do. Some players just under a certain manager just perform different, and that's what Maguire is. And it's the same with Pickford. They put on that badge and they play under Southgate, and they're both incredible. Another England question: Lewis Dunk, should he be in the squad? Should he be in the England squad, or also should he be in instead of Maguire? Was the question. But should Lewis Dunk get a chance in the England squad?
Not if Tomori's not getting a chance. I'm sorry, but I don't see why Lewis Dunk's getting that over Tomori.
See, yes, he should get in there. He should get a call up. He should. But because of what we've just said about Harry Maguire, he's not going to get a chance.
And
whilst Southgate is there, he's not going to. And if like Jake said, if Tomori didn't get a call up from last season when he won the Serie A with AC Milan, didn't get a call up for that when he played pretty much every game, then I don't see how Lewis Dunk can.
Yeah.
But at
yeah.
the same time,
got a couple more questions. What was it? Should Harry Kane join Liverpool? Is a question that's coming now. I'm just going to put this question a bit further. Where should Harry Kane go if not to Liverpool? Should he stay at Tottenham?
I think he'll go United. United or Chelsea.
Is United the perfect fit for him?
He won't go Chelsea.
I actually think Harry Kane. I'll say this now. I do think Harry Kane would do well in a Liverpool system. I don't think he should go to Liverpool. I'd take him 100%, but I do think he'd do well in that Liverpool centre forward.
I only see Harry Kane going to Chelsea or United because it depends on where Osimhen goes.
Not going to go to Chelsea.
No, he's not going to Chelsea. No, because he's at Tottenham. He loves Tottenham. Remember?
Yeah, but he also started at Arsenal, went to Tottenham.
Yeah, but he was in Tottenham Academy.
He got released by Arsenal. It's different.
He is. Look, if you look at Harry Kane now, you can't say he's not a Tottenham fan. Like, I don't know for a fact, but I'd say Harry Kane is a Tottenham fan at the end of the day.
I don't see him.
I don't see him anywhere in.
If he was a foreign player like a Brazilian, and he went to play for Brazil and stuff like that, I don't think it'd be a problem. He wouldn't be bothered. But because he's in England, England captain as well, I think there's a lot more in him because he's going to get this shit from all the time, 24/7. Yeah, he's never going to get respect from getting the shit if he did that move. Personally, like I said, I think if Chelsea miraculously got Europe again, I think Osimhen goes to Chelsea. I think they go all out for Osimhen, and they probably get him. But I don't think they will. So I think Osimhen's going to go to United, and I think Harry Kane should go to Real Madrid.
I don't, just because I think Harry.
Get another Galactico in.
Maybe I see what you're saying, but at the same time, come on, he wants that Premier League record too bad.
I think he wants a trophy. Full stop.
Yeah.
I think
that's what he wants is a fucking trophy.
I think both. Yeah. I think he wants both. Come on.
Look, again, and I think it'd be easier for him if he went to United. I still think it'd be easier for him to get a trophy at Real Madrid than it would be United.
Well, right. But then again, he could also go Bayern Munich. Because Bayern Munich do need a striker.
Yeah, but Bayern Munich are going to spend that money. They're not going to spend the money that Levy wants.
Okay, I've got one. We're going to take.
But he wouldn't.
Wait.
What about PSG?
I think Harry Kane wants.
Messi leaves.
No,
Messi goes back to Barca. Yeah.
Messi goes back to Barca. If I'm a footballer,
But then you got to think though, Mbappe runs that club.
If I'm a footballer, right, and I'm looking at PSG, right, I wouldn't sit there and go, if I'm Harry Kane, I've been waiting for a trophy all my life, I don't want to go, yeah, I'll take the League One trophy. The only trophy, if he goes to PSG, he'll want to win is the Champions League. And if I'm looking at that, I'm going, right, Mbappe's there, Neymar's there, Messi's there. All these superstars have gone there, and none of them have been able to win the Champions League.
They're all superstars trying to outshine each other.
Yeah, well, I don't think Harry Kane's any different. Have you seen him in a Liverpool shirt, England shirt? Sorry.
But the thing is, he'll be an outlet, whereas you've got three agile.
I think look at Harry Kane didn't pass the ball to Sterling in the World Cup. He still wants to shine. But yeah, I think I don't see PSG. But I'm going to I've got one more question that came in, and we'll call that the last one. Do you think VAR should be scrapped? If not, how would you improve it? I'm going to guess you both would say no to it being scrapped.
I say no. I just feel like there needs to be more of a thin.
Jamie?
What? Yeah.
VAR. Someone said, "Do you think VAR should get scrapped on it?"
Or I was waiting for Jake to finish what you were saying.
Oh no,
no, I don't think it's
No.
All right, both. No. I'm no as well. Jake, give what one improvement you'd make than Jamie, and then I'll try to give.
I feel like they need to make the rules a little bit more thin-lined, like more. It's like the handball rule. The handball rule is changed every year for the last 5 years. They just need to make it a thin line. If it hits your hand, anywhere on your arm, handball. Simple as that. Not this. It depends on the situation. Depends on that. If it hits your arm, it hits your arm. Simple as that. They just need to make it simple as that, and so that all referees can follow it and not be a little bit of this bias. You get this bit of biasism from different referees. Some will give it, some won't give it. And some laws. I feel like the laws need to come down. It's thin line. It's simple as that. It's not your own opinion based. It's set in stone. You have to follow that law, and that's it.
Jamie?
I'll make mine short and quick. I'll let Jake. I would go for. Do you know how in rugby league you can hear what the video ref is saying?
Yeah.
How when he's going through the review and stuff, he's talking about everything he's looking into and stuff. That's what I'd do. Because otherwise, you just sat there waiting. Especially if you're in stadium. If you go to the stadium and you're waiting for the VAR, you just sat there in silence, wondering what's going on. We want to know what the referee's thinking and he's talking about. And that's the main thing.
So more transparency for fans.
Yeah. There should be speakers, and it should be amplified through the speakers in the stadiums.
Yeah. My thing I would say is, we know, I'm not going to say this because we know semi-automated offsides are coming in. So offsides stay the same because I think there is the right idea. Offside should be offside. They just need to make sure that rule is correct. The thing that I would change is I would actually just turn it into an appeal system. Each team gets, say, 2 appeals per game, and they can only appeal 2 decisions in the entire game, and that's that. Other than that, it's the referees. The referee is running the game completely, not including offsides. So every goal will be checked for offside. That is it, though. Not handball, not any of this stuff. And if the managers of the team want to appeal it, they can appeal it. They can only do it twice in the game. So, you could appeal something and not be successful. You've wasted an appeal. And then something could happen in the 93rd minute. And you get 1 extra appeal and extra time, say, for example. I think that would just make it more interesting. And a bit fairer. I think it would run smoother. There'd be less VAR checks every 5 seconds. And that'd be it. Yeah. Jamie, basically I said an appeal system where you get 2 appeals as a man. You get as a coaching staff, you get 2 appeals throughout the game, not for offsides. And that's it. But yeah,
basketball on the same thing. Oh yeah, basketball
I think it's a thing in. Is it a thing in rugby or tennis?
NFL.
Tennis.
There you go.
NFL, yeah. That each team if you get a decision wrong, you lose a thing, but if you get it right, you keep it still.
Yeah.
I
Anyways,
think each team gets 3.
if football players dive, yellow card. I'd actually rather see football players dive and they get caught diving, red card, send them off, get it out of the game. It's bad. I think they need to be harsher on footballers. But yeah, that is going to be it. Thank you everyone for joining. For those of you who joined late and want to see the rest of the podcast or the live podcast, it will be a video afterwards. So you know what? You can always come check that out. It's going to be on YouTube. Talk Jamie. The link is in my bios and descriptions. La-di-da-di-da. Until next time, guys, do you have anything to say?
Nah. It's been alright.
Just have a good weekend, guys.
Enjoy the weekend of football.
Let us know how your team does.
Yeah, and I'll see you guys on Monday night for Leeds versus Liverpool. Until next time.
You're streaming this weekend, ain't you, again?
Might be streaming this weekend as well. I was talking to TikTok. I don't know. I might do another game. I might do West Ham Arsenal. Not sure. Depending on timing. I want to start getting other games in. But until the next live stream, you'll see me live at some point. If it's not, it'll be Liverpool versus Leeds. Goodbye, TikTok. Peace. And to Twitch and YouTube, thank you very much for joining. It's been brilliant. If you're watching this on demand, shout out you for making it all the way to the end. That is a long time. Goodbye. Peace. Can't find my mouse.